What is critical thinking? According to the Miniature Guide to Critical Thinking Concepts and Tools by Richard Paul and Linda Elder, critical thinking is the art of analyzing and evaluating thinking with a view to improving it. The topic I consider for this video is based on thoughts about racism and discrimination today. I gather data and personal stories within the diverse community of University of Louisville students to apply critical thinking. What is my purpose of choosing this topic? To me, I'm a person of a different race. Two different races, actually. Discriminatory and racism towards others is one topic I'm passionate about because it does involve me. It involves my family, it involves my friends, it involves all people. However, I can only speak for myself. I gather information from people who are of different race and different ethnic backgrounds. I develop a survey to collect data around the University of Louisville, and 56 of those participated. 32 of them were female, while 24 were male. 45 out of the 56 participants considered themselves white. One of them considered themselves American Indian or Alaskan Native. 6 out of the 56 participants consider themselves Asian. 3 of them are Black or African American, and 1 Native Hawaiian or other Pacific Islander. 50 out of the 56 said that they are not Hispanic or Latino, while the other 6 participants are of Hispanic or Latino. The first question that was listed in the survey was, have you ever experienced or witnessed discrimination? The survey showed that 42 out of the 56 individuals in this data have ever experienced or witnessed discrimination. Another question asked in a survey for those who have said that they experienced or witnessed discrimination, if they have done something about it. 50% of them said yes, and 50% of them said no. The next question is, do you believe racism has progressed more or less today? 31 believe racism has progressed more today, while 25 of the 56 participants think it has reduced. Lastly, the last question asks, do you believe minorities are benefited in the workforce or education, such as getting the job or winning scholarships? 35 individuals who participated in this survey thinks minorities do receive the better treatment, while 21 of the participants do not believe that. I decided to also conduct interviews and question those also about their personal thoughts and experiences. 3 of those participated for this part. Have you ever been a victim of discrimination due to your race? How so, and how did you take on it?
When I was in middle school, I was maybe the only, I wouldn't say Oriental, but like the Eastern Asian in the school, other than the people in my family. So I was often discriminated or bullied because of it. So I'd be called like, you know, the often they would do like the Chinese, Japanese, what are these? That was an oft common joke. I didn't react the best to it. Now as I got older, like I realized like I, when you like respond to it, it makes them keep wanting to do it. But that's just bullying in general. But I always reacted poorly to it, and I would always like argue with them back, and then just like um, try to fight them. And I got in a lot of fights due to my race or ethnicity as well.
No, I haven't.
I don't think I've ever personally been victimized. I've seen other people be victimized, like due to um their race and stuff like that. Like I don't think I've ever personally been victimized. I've always been kind of like unvictimized in a way because people always tell me like, wow, you don't sound Indian or you don't act like you are like Indian or something like that. So people like automatically assume I'm like weird, and then or like I'm very different, and then the minute they get to know me they're like, oh, you're like actually not like this. And I think they make a lot more snap judgments on who I am based on my appearance.
Have you ever witnessed discrimination towards someone or your own culture? What was your reaction? Did you do something about it?
So a term that was used in World War II when the Japanese Americans were put in internment camps is called they called the people Japs. I heard it a lot in middle school. Middle school was that time period where I heard like the most discrimination. As I got to my high school was very diverse. You didn't really hear that many terms being said. People were more respectful of each other's, um, or of everyone's diversity, so I didn't hear it that much. In college, I haven't necessarily heard it personally, but I've heard I haven't seen it personally, but I've heard of it happening to other people. So I couldn't really do anything to stop something that I didn't witness myself.
Um, at our work, they have now decided only a certain amount of white men can be hired. I wasn't really able to do anything.
I used to work at a place where like a lot of Indians work, and I used to have and a lot of them like it worked in like customer service, and so a lot of people you got to talk to customers, and a lot of Indians could not do that. And when customers used to like when I used to take their order, they'd be like, "Oh, you understand what I mean? Like, people don't understand me here, and it's like it's so hard and all that stuff." So I feel like that's a kind of discrimination I've seen, like people not understanding like a language barrier. But like I have seen like issues with different races where people are like objectified or discriminated just because of the color of their skin. I don't think I haven't seen anything within like my own culture as much, probably because like I don't go to a school with a lot of Indians, but like I've definitely seen stuff happen with other races.
Have you ever wished to be a different race?
And it was kind of funny, but back in middle school, I kind of didn't like the fact that I was Chinese because everyone thought I was Chinese just because I was Eastern Asian. Half, I'm in a quarter Chinese and a quarter Taiwanese and a half Japanese. But whenever they would make fun of me, they would make fun of me because they thought I was Chinese. So sometimes I wish that I wasn't Chinese so that I could say, you're stupid, I'm not Chinese, I'm this and this. There are other races or other ethnicities other than Chinese, but I couldn't say that because I was Chinese. But right now, I'm proud of my heritage, and I'm really happy that of my diversity.
I have actually. I've wanted to become black.
Why?
Um, I just connect more with black people than I do with my own race. And all like my close friends are black, and I hate feeling different from them because I see the struggles they have, and I don't like feeling white, feeling like seeing the issues that they have that whites put on them. I don't like it, so I wish to become black instead of white.
maybe when I was younger a little bit, because I didn't really understand why my culture had different rules than other cultures, and like where it's like don't wear shorts or like too short of shorts, whereas like all my friends could wear whatever they wanted, or guess like little things where my parents were more protective than other parents. Like when I was younger, I definitely wish sometimes I was not um Indian, but like as I've grown up, I like barely even notice it anymore. Like I kind of think, okay, but this is who I am. Like they're the minute like someone hears me talk, like they're gonna know who I am as a person. They're not gonna judge me based on my appearance.
Conducting the data from all those that participated in my project, I did not expect the results that I have received back. In my opinion, I thought many of the participants would decide or stand by to what I believe in. My assumptions were wrong. Like going off my assumptions, I had my own point of view on what I thought the results were gonna be. To conclude, according to my own thinking, I was not always fair-minded about my thinking of others. What I wanted to get out of this is to see if individuals think about our society today and how it is changing. People have their opinions on discrimination. Many may see it is still a problem, many don't. People have their own opinions and beliefs, but not all are like mine. I must consider that also. Not everyone is going to be fair with their thinking also, mostly because they don't have the experience or may not have much knowledge about it. Intellectual empathy plays a big role. It is right to imagine and put yourself in others' point of view other than your own. Some opinions affect others and can result to consequences. It is important to use critical thinking every day. It is a way to improve your thinking positively.